Nell Theory Foundations by Trieu London. So in the previous video, we went over insurance and business promotion. In this short video, we'll be going over promoting products and services. So let's get started. So the importance of retail sales. When a client selects a beauty therapy or service, they do so for a number of reasons. This may be to improve their appearances, therapeutic reasons, special occasions, seek professional guidance, maintain benefits of a particular service, or give a friend a voucher. Whatever the reason is, you need to make sure that they feel satisfied. And retail sales are very important in a nail salon. Remember, guys, if I'm going too fast, you can pause the video and take down notes. I'm only highlighting the key areas and phrases that I think are important and that you will be tested on. So treatment times can be consumer labor intensive, so selling a product in addition to providing treatment will definitely increase profitability. What you need to definitely do is keep your client regularly informed. So positive promotion. When you're promoting a client or service, it's important that you actually know the customer's needs first. You might want to role play small situations where you're dealing with a customer. So you need to find out the following things. What's the client's main priority? What would they like to achieve? So what do they want? The information will guide you on selecting and advising the most suitable service. You also want to also check for skin sensitivity. So you have patch tests. You need to also figure out if the client is allergic to any particular substances. And also figure out if the client has a nail disease or skin disorder. Again, contraindications appears here. We'll cover this in series 2, but it just means if there's anything preventing them from having treatment. Find out what services the client has received before and how much the client is willing to spend on the product. So the main thing is first know the customer's need, and this will help you then promote the product or service. So once you've got all of what the customer needs, you can then guide them to the most suitable product or services. So now, selling products. So in terms of selling the product, it needs to be presentable, both attractive and desirable. So the packaging of the product should be clean and in good condition. You should have testers. For example, a lot of perfume shops do this, where the client can try it before buying. Always speak with confidence and authority, and always know the product that you're selling. So product suitability. If the client has not used the product or received the service before, it's a possibility of allergic reaction. If the client doesn't know the reaction may occur, it's important to describe it to them. So red, itchy, or flaky or swollen skin. If they receive this sort of contra action, they should contact GP, I should say, and immediately, in case of the product, you stop applying the product. The main key thing out of all of this when you're promoting your product is actually to know your product very well. This will naturally make you seem professional and confident. How do you know your product well? Well, it's generally through staff training. For you to be knowledgeable, you do need to be trained by your salon or your business that you're working for. Often product companies will provide training on their venues, so you'll have the likes of Gelish or OPI holding a training day. It's very important that you actually update your knowledge and skill, and you share it enthusiastically with your clientele. It's also helpful not just talking to the client, but also actually supplying them with something to read. And then we're going to promoting the product service. So it's good to consider the following when you're promoting your product or service. Display eye-catching material. So let's just do promotional displayed in the window. So you should display that on the window. Update any salon literature discussing the benefits and the costs. So example, any leaflets, pricing menus. have a promotion launch event, offer promotional packages, and if you have a website, then promote the product and services on the homepage. The main key thing, as I said before, is knowing your products. So it's important you know things such as the active ingredients, how it should be used, and its cost. The clients will ask everything and anything, and so it's important you answer with authority and confidence. If you know your product, then you should automatically have this. So when providing the advice, speak with confidence and enthusiasm. Personally, just avoid using technical jargon. It helps one helps them understand. Two, it'll make you feel confident with more simple words. Explain the benefits of each product or service and personalize it to the client. Again, information to read, it should be in the Windows display, and you can also provide them with leaflets. Also have poster and display cards in the reception area. They will generate questions regarding the product, and they should lead to a sale if you answer them correctly. In terms of products itself, whether you're offering home service or a service in the salon, always make sure you have a range, because every client differs, and certain things that may match one client may not match the other. Remember, information should actually be accurate and not false or misleading, because there is a chance of legal action if they are misled. So there are two types of displays in the salon. The first is simply there to be looked at as part of the decor. So that should be attractive and artistically arranged. So you have something such as a visual merchandiser that does that. And then there are also, in terms of the second display, is the products that are actually there to be sold. So they need to be attractive but also accessible. We mentioned before having testers, and it should be clearly priced with a small description about the selling points of each product. These kind of sort of displays will always be part of a salon where most people will see and walk past it. It's the area of high traffic. So large proportion of cosmetic and perfume sales are basically on impulse buys. And as beauty therapists use the product, so what you can do is to actually display the product or the treatment. If displays are there to see and to take from, the sale can be closed even before the client is returned to reception. So the displays itself, most small salons will design and create their own displays. Some will have professional window dressers, so we mentioned this just a minute ago, so visual merchandisers. And the key thing is to make sure that the displays are actually at eye level and you change it regularly. So change the display regularly according to the promotion. The window display itself will need to be dusted and straightened. And testers will also need to be checked for stickiness and splits or dirty fingerprints. Another thing you can do as part of the promotion is plan a demonstration. So when demonstrating to an audience, you need to actually plan it carefully and demonstrate everything so that you can achieve the maximum benefit. So these are things to consider when carrying out demonstration. What's required? Will you work on one client, or demonstrating to a group to sell the product? Is there a range of products to be demonstrated or just one product to be demonstrated? So in the situation of a single client, when demonstrating to a client, have a mirror in front of you, in front of them, and you can explain as you go along. The client can watch. This is a simple but effective way to sell a product. In terms of a group if you're trying to sell to a group, you should have a presentation introduction to the demonstrator and the product. The demonstration itself should be concluded with thanks to the audience and the model. They should always have written promotion materials so you can distribute around the audience, and also samples to be handed around. So make the demonstration itself clear and simple. In the terms of the group presentation, it's important. The way to maximize the impact is actually to make the product immediately available. And that's it for that. In terms of questions, so they must be accurate and detailed. You're the expert, and you need to show off your knowledge. So when we say questions that are accurate and detailed, for example, if you ask the client what sort of skin they have, they probably won't know. So you need to be using open questions that are not answered yes or no, which start with why, how, when, which. Also, the other key thing is listening, which is a key skill. So by listening to your client, you will identify their requirements. Remember, it's part of the sale. It's important to know what the client's need is first. Don't ever talk over or interrupt. Only when they are finished, you can consider should you have considered a full reply. You may need to ask another question, or you can answer straight away. So when you're promoting service, you will have targets. There will be financial targets and on productivity. So in terms of productivity, levels of performance will take into account expected treatment services and real product sales. Service is normally costed on the products used, including consumables such as cotton wool, and include other hidden costs such as laundering of towels. Productivity can be increased by 3 of the following things: so incentives, promotions, and personal targets. If there is poor performance, then it could indicate that additional training is needed. So when you're actually seeking to increase productivity, getting client feedback is increasingly important. Whether you're a business owner, mobile nail tech, or a home nail technician, you can do this through client questionnaires, surveys, and just general feedback in person. What you want to do is improve on areas of weakness and build on strengths. So again, as mentioned before, you can ask the person, simply ask the client if they've enjoyed or satisfied with their treatment. So that's it for promoting products and services. So what we went over is how to promote the product, what to do in terms of client, and assessing their needs. And then in terms of promoting services and productivity within a salon, training, setting targets for, if you're a nail salon owner, then for your employees, and if you're a home technician, then set yourself some targets. So that's today's video done. In the next video, we will be going over retail specific legislation. There will be quite a few laws that you will need to go over. It is for retail specific, but it's also worth knowing. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. And also remember, these ebooks are available on the link below. See you next time.